Welcome back. Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker hit theaters overnight. Matt Perrin shares his thoughts on the film in your Friday Movie Musings.
Welcome to another Friday. Yeah, the day may be wrong, but the topic is right. With the holidays about to kick off, I can't think of a better way to start them than the conclusion of a saga 42 years in the making. Of course, with it only being Friday, I don't have any numbers yet, but Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker is going to take the box office by storm. So far, it's been getting lackluster reviews, but that can only be a good thing considering the rave reviews The Last Jedi originally pulled in. But it's time to finish off my reviews for the year with a very general take on The Rise of Skywalker, and believe me, it'll be spoiler free. I don't want anyone tracking me down, so nothing will be given away. Our film picks up a little after the end of the last. The Resistance is still battling the First Order, but they have a spy inside, and Finn, Poe, and Chewbacca have set out for information. They learn rumors that Emperor Palpatine may have returned and that the First Order are amassing a giant fleet for a final strike. Meanwhile, Rey is in training with Leia, harnessing her mastery of the Force, hoping to become the piece that will win the war for the Resistance. Kylo Ren is also on his own missions, both to secure his own dark side powers, as well as find Rey and finish the confrontation that they started. Charged with a new mission, Rey and her friends have to seek out answers while remaining ahead of Kylo, which proves tough because of the mental force connection that they share. Through her searches, Rey will find answers that she may or may not want, and also learn of actions she must take, also not necessarily of her choosing. As the saga nears its final conclusion, we see all the struggles that each character must go through. Rey has to battle herself along with her enemies. The droids have large roles to play in the fight, and the Resistance must learn to band together and take the fight to the First Order, much as the previous generation did to the Empire. The action starts immediately and never lets up, keeping you guessing, laughing, crying, and invoking every other emotion imaginable to the very end. So, what to say about this one? First off, I promise that description gave nothing away. Secondly, I realized that to enjoy these movies, just follow your heart. The Last Jedi was critically acclaimed, and I found a lot of that one just a chore to watch. This one is getting brutalized, and yet it's the most fun to watch of the three sequels. J.J. Abrams did everything he could to wrap this up perfectly, and you're able to see glimpses of what he would have done had he done the entire trilogy. Aspects immediately get retconned to explain the actions of The Last Jedi, and although a little confusing, it works. There is a ton of fan service in this film to the point that I'm sure I missed a lot of it and need another viewing. As I alluded to earlier, there is very little downtime in this movie. It starts at a run and keeps pace throughout. I think it was a fitting bow to the saga, and I thoroughly enjoyed myself throughout. I think it's now the cool thing to hate on these films. No one wants to be the one to praise it and find out that the audience hates it. And yeah, the more you think about it and nitpick it, the more questions that arise. But if you go see this as a Star Wars fan rather than a Star Wars critic, it's going to be really hard not to enjoy yourself. That's obviously the way Abrams approached it, and he shows his love for the series with this film. His ability to combine shots with the perfect John Williams scores, both old and new, will plug at all your heartstrings and really suck you into this one. Also, you can't deny, no matter how pessimistic you may be going into this, that when you hear that opening theme and see that crawl start rolling for possibly the last time, the goosebumps are unstoppable. I was the biggest Star Wars fan growing up and was disappointed by The Last Jedi, but watching this, I was a kid again and my heart truly soared. This has been your Monday Movie Musing on a Friday. Claire, I send it back to you.